This episode of On the Record is brought to you by Associated Equipment Distributors. I'm Executive Editor Kim Schmidt. I'm at the Pioneer Equipment Dealers Association in Fargo, North Dakota. Welcome to On the Record. Here's an update on what's currently impacting the ag equipment industry. Coming off a year where dealers had to battle lower commodity prices, increasing costs for equipment and inputs, the uncertainty of an election year, and high new and used equipment inventory, the outlook for 2025 revenues skews negative, with the lowest percentage of dealers forecasting new equipment revenue growth seen in over a decade. Over 2/3 of dealers are forecasting new equipment revenues to be down at least 2% in 2025. This compares to 28.8% who forecast a decline for 2024 and is more than double the percentage of dealers forecasting a decline for 2023 new equipment revenue. The last time at least half of dealers were forecasting new equipment revenue to decline was in 2015. That year, when 50% of dealers forecast their new equipment sales would be down at least 2%, North American row crop tractor and combine unit sales were down 25.9% year over year. About a quarter of dealers are forecasting their new equipment revenues to be flat in 2025, while 12.4% predict revenue from new equipment sales will be up at least 2% in the year ahead. The good news for 2025 revenues will come from the aftermarket side of the business. The majority of dealers forecast parts and service revenue to be as good or better than 2024. Notably, over 90% of dealers say their service revenue will be as good or better. Turning to parts revenue, it's a similar picture, with 43.2% projecting flat revenues, 44.4% forecasting growth of 2 to 7%, and 4.9% expecting revenue to be up 8% or more. The full report will be released to Ag Equipment Intelligence subscribers next week. This week's dealers on the move include C&B, Ewald Kubota, and Lansdowne Moody. John Deere dealer C&B Operations announced its ag division was purchased by Point Field Partners on November 1st. Point Field was founded by Steve Biscotti, owner of the Baltimore Ravens. According to the dealership, the C&B team will remain the same and will operate as normal. Ewald Kubota announced a new partnership venture with Lansdowne Moody alongside Blue Water Advisors. Lansdowne Moody is a 9-store Kubota equipment dealership serving the Houston area. The transaction is expected to close in December 2024. Now here's Noah Newman with the latest from the Technology Corner.
Thank you very much, Kim. Let's head west to catch up with Verdant Robotics. The company showed off its new Sharpshooter at the FIRA conference a few weeks ago. Dubbed the only robotic precision application system that aims before it shoots, Sharpshooter uses bullseye, aim, and apply technology. It's capable of spraying targets ranging from the size of a dime to a dinner plate at a rate of 120 to 480 shots per second, while covering up to 5 acres per hour. And as Verdant co-founder Curtis Garner tells us here, it can be used for more than just weed control.
The main thing you should know about Verdant is we're not just a weeding machine. So we do that, and we do that very well, and that's the first thing that the grower can get an ROI on. But we can do a lot more for them: weeding, thinning, applying crop protectants, whatever they need. We're willing to and here to provide value. As far as dealers, would love for dealers to reach out and look to partner with folks for distribution and sales and service. So just reach out. I'd love to have the conversation.
And we have much more on Sharpshooter, including some of the efficiency and savings farmers can expect when they use it on PrecisionFarmingDealer.com. In the Technology Corner, I'm Noah Newman. Back to you, Kim.
Thanks, Noah. Deere & Company reported its fourth quarter and fiscal year 2024 results on November 21st. For the full year, net sales and revenues were down 16% to $51.7 billion. Net sales from equipment operations were down 19% to $44.8 billion. For the quarter, net sales and revenues dropped 28%, and net sales from equipment operations were down 33% for the quarter. Deere's production and precision ag segment saw net sales for the quarter drop 38% versus the same period last year. Operating profit for the segment was down 64% for the quarter to $657 million versus $1.8 billion in fiscal year 2023. Net income attributed to Deere & Company for fiscal 2025 is forecast to be in the range of $5 to $5.5 billion. 5 years ago this week, during Agritechnica 2019 in Hanover, Germany, Claas Senior Vice President Americas Eric Raby talked at length with Ag Equipment Intelligence. At that time, Raby projected the company would double its revenue over the next 5 years. To find out how the plan worked out on the 5-year anniversary of that in-depth discussion, AEI reconnected with Raby for a deep dive discussion on what's happened since. 5 years later, Raby reports that not only did Claas double its business, but it did it more quickly than it had anticipated, hitting the goal in 4 years. Just months later, the COVID-19 pandemic hit, adding a new challenge.
It was certainly a challenge for everyone, but the demand was really there. And I would say one of the great things, even as far away as we are from some of the production sites that we have, not all like combines, were right in our back door. But we were prioritizing North America as a growth opportunity for the Claas group. And we did everything possible to make sure that we had as uninterrupted a supply chain as possible. Yeah, we did have some delays here and there, but none were extraordinary that we couldn't work around by using a trade-in machine or helping a dealer out however we needed to. But one thing that really I was quite proud of is our combine production facility in Omaha. We shipped 100% of every combine that was ordered before the end of that fiscal year. So that was really, I would say, a testament to not only everyone buying into, hey, we can do this, but even in the face of COVID, I don't think we missed but maybe 1.5 days of production during COVID. And I think the first day was when we had to shut down and we're like, okay, what do we do? And the other half day was when we had our first positive case and we said, oh, what do we do now? And we went in and extraordinarily cleaned everything and those type things. But then after a while, we kind of got the hang of it. We segregated different parts of the business, did our social distancing, all that. But every day, the same people came in, built the same high quality combines, and it was really good. If you can build combines under those conditions, you can build combines about any time, anywhere.
This week's DataPoint is brought to you by the 2025 Executive Briefing. Learn more and register at agequipmentintelligence.com. Cooking a Thanksgiving feast for your friends and family will cost less than last year, but will still be more expensive than before the pandemic. The American Farm Bureau Federation's 39th annual survey provides a snapshot of the average cost of this year's classic holiday feast for 10, which is $58.08 or about $5.80 per person. As always, we welcome your feedback. You can send comments and story suggestions to kschmidt@lestermedia.com. Until next time, happy Thanksgiving from the entire team here at Ag Equipment Intelligence. I'm Kim Schmidt. Thanks for joining us.